I know one of the things the Tarkov community absolutely loves is rule sets, various rule sets. I'm going to be going over a rule set I decided to actually sit down and codify instead of playing it off how I kind of played in my head. I'll put a link to this in the description below, and obviously I know my head is blocking some of it, but as we go through here, we can look at some various aspects of it. The big part is just what I'm going to read off here at the top. This is introducing a rule set called the Life Of. It's a little bit similar to some hardcore play styles. I think there's a certain limitation with Tarkov given its gameplay loop that we can all somewhat agree on. Probably is going to be similar among a lot of rule sets. That being said, this one I'm introducing and calling the Life Of. The Life Of is more a casual approach to a hardcore Tarkov playstyle, with a way to access some light RP. Instead of approaching Tarkov the same every time, roll 1 through 12 for each column, and randomize your playstyle for a Life of Tarkov individual. Start with a scav exfilling any map, and once you extract, put anything from your scav onto your player. I want to go over the rules. So rule number 1, no secure container. This isn't trying to progress your PMC in any way. You're just trying to create a little isolated story and scenario where you can play the life of a character. And the life of is, generally I'm going to be taking the name of the scav I take. Rule number 2. Loosen up, have fun. Some of these get chaotic. Rule number 3 is the hardest to understand, and arguably so. So with rule number 3, you just can't buy equipment from traders. I put it in very plain language here for anybody to understand when they read. The intent is that you're not going to put anything from your stash onto your character, and you're not going to take anything from a trader and buy it and put it on your character. There's no topping up meds, there's no topping up ammo. Whatever you find in raid is your kit, and if you don't have it, you're going to have to load back into another raid and go get it. So if you run out of ammo, you're out of ammo. The exception to rule number 3 is when transferring your gear from your scav to your PMC. The first raid we're going to load in as a scav, and obviously we need to do some bit of management to get the gear from the scav to the PMC. Some of these characters may be hard or impossible to play long term, is rule number 5. I put it in as a rule so you understand some of you're going to play this and you're going to die right away. They're meant to be an NPC. You're meant to be memorable. You're not really meant to be long-term surviving in Tarkov. And if you do get long-term and survive and you get a long character arc, that's a really cool thing. And it's a unique experience that happens. I do understand people have low scav karma. And like I just said, you might die a lot. So rule number 6, if your scav's on cooldown and you still want to do this, you could also do this if you just want to be more hardcore. You just attempt a naked run. So no gear, no melee, no weapon, no nothing. You just go in completely naked. Rule number 7, at any point you can reset the raid by choosing to exfil. You have the power at any point to reset the raid, and you just have to come back in right away. Because there's no kit management, right? You leave raid, you immediately queue for next raid. That's it. When you die, roll a new character. We're going to go over the 3 categories more in depth. The first category is the Archetype. This is how your character interacts with other players and non-player characters in the world. So you're going to roll your dice like you normally would. You're going to roll 1 through 12, which I'm going to go get a dice real quick. Give me 1 sec. I didn't have a 12-sided die because I'm in the middle of packing, but I did have an 8-sided. So I'm going to roll this, and we're just going to see what we get. 7. So that means we'd be a loyalist, and this is going to depend if you're bear or USEC. If you're a bear, you will be loyal to bears. If you're a USEC, you'll be loyal to USEC. We go over and read what it means. This is just a good description of what a loyalist is in case you don't know what the word is or what the character means. But our next category here, you can just start all these sentences with "in Tarkov this means." In Tarkov, this means being loyal to other bears. PvP targets must be confirmed, and any bears that are killed in the line of duty must be given full funeral rights regardless of the cost. If you kill a bear, pick up his gear, go dump it. Now, over to the blue column. The way we use this, same way, right? We're going to roll our die. This time we're going to roll it twice just because we have an 8-sided. We got a 5. And we got a 6, so that gives us 11. Looking at Pacifist. Pacifist is a cool one, right? We're going to zoom in on it. You must drop all weapons and attempt to negotiate your way out of every situation or run away. This, when you pair it with certain things over here, becomes very interesting, like the Black Knight. How are you a Black Knight pacifist? It's going to have some trouble. I'm not going to lie, some of these characters are going to be hard to play if you roll certain things together. And then we're going to go over to flaws. This is a flaw that your character is going to have at all times. I'm going to roll again. We're just going to roll once. We got a 6, so Untar Collector. This is somebody who, if you have spare slots, you are putting Untar gear and equipment in them. I'm also going to use this moment to go over that I'm going to be running a 24-hour stream. I'm going to have a link to this in the description below as well. I'm going to be doing an up to 24-hour stream. 4 very simple rules, and I have some people that are going to help me out, and they're going to kind of guard me. I have to try to be in raid as much as possible, following the life of rules that I just showed you. Besides water, anytime I drink or eat in real life, I must also be eating or drinking in Tarkov. If I want to use the bathroom, I must be at a toilet in Tarkov, which is going to be a fun time to try to do. When you gotta go, and it's going to create some, I think, interesting scenarios. And then if I want to take a nap in real life, because it's 24 hours, I might just want to take like a, I can't take too long of one because I'm going to have to find a sleeping spot in Tarkov, be guarded, and if I die, I'm gonna have to wake up and deal with it. I have things working in the background as to how that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a fun time. I hope to see you guys there. Again, that's gonna be on the 27th. It's starting at 11 in the morning. That's Eastern time. Or you can jump in my Discord. I have it set up as an event. Thank you for watching. Please, it'd mean a lot to me if you could try to push this video out. Could leave a comment below, leave a like. It would really help me in trying to jumpstart this as more of a thing. I also am very curious to what anybody's take on the rules are. This is version 1. As always, thank you for watching. Be kind, share supplies.